1. Iyabo Ojo, when public battles became a career risk. Iyabo Ojo was once one of the most sought-after Yoruba actresses. Her versatility, bold screen presence, and strong fan base made her a constant feature in major productions. But over time, her open confrontations, public feuds, and frequent industry call-outs began to change how producers viewed her. While fans applauded her fearlessness, filmmakers became cautious. In an industry built on fragile relationships, being constantly at the center of controversy became a risk. Roles didn't completely disappear, but the big ones did. Her influence shifted from acting dominance to social media power. The decision to fight loudly instead of quietly changed the direction of her career forever. 2. Lizzie Anjorin, the day the industry drew a line. Lizzie Anjorin was a rising force, dramatic roles, strong emotional delivery, and a loyal fan base. But her repeated public clashes with colleagues, especially senior figures in the industry, slowly isolated her. Producers value peace on set. Lizzie became seen as too controversial. That label alone was enough. Her decision to handle disputes publicly rather than internally pushed her from being cast frequently to being avoided carefully. Talent was no longer the issue, perception was. Bukola Awoyemi, Bukola Arugba, walking away at the peak. Bukola Arugba was a household name after her breakout roles. Her chemistry on screen, especially in epic Yoruba movies, made her a fan favorite. Then she made a shocking decision. She stepped away. Personal life, marriage, and privacy took priority. The break was long, too long. When she returned, the industry had moved on. New faces had replaced old favorites. Her absence, though understandable, cost her momentum. In Nollywood, timing is everything, and hers slipped away. 4. Nkechi Blessing, drama that overshadowed her talent. Nkechi Blessing was one of the most talked about Yoruba actresses on social media, known for her energy, confidence, and unforgettable performances. But over time, her frequent online confrontations and emotional revelations began to shift the conversation away from her acting to the drama itself. Producers grew cautious, unsure if her presence would bring attention to the film or distraction from it. What once made her interesting slowly made some filmmakers hesitant to cast her, proving that what you reveal publicly can sometimes eclipse your art. 5. Eniola Badmus, the public clash that hung in the air. Eniola Badmus was once a dominant presence in Yoruba movies. Her comedic timing, expressive delivery, and commanding energy made her a go-to for directors. But at a high-profile movie premiere in 2025, a clash on the red carpet with colleague Laide Bakare went viral. The argument was caught on video and spread quickly across social platforms, casting a long shadow over her reputation. Some producers worried the headlines would distract from their projects. What should have been a night of celebration became a turning point where public perception started pulling her career in a different direction. 6. Laide Bakare, relocating without a career plan. Laide Bakare was a familiar face in Yoruba films for years. Then she made a life-changing decision. She relocated abroad. While many actresses use relocation to expand their reach, Laide's move didn't come with a strong strategy to maintain her presence in Nollywood. Slowly, roles dried up. Fans remembered her, but casting lists didn't. In an industry where being seen matters as much as being talented, distance became a silent career breaker, and one long flight changed her trajectory. 7. Fuluke Daramula, the hiatus that cost momentum. Fuluke Daramula was a household name, known for her emotional depth and powerful screen performances. Then she took a break, a long one, for personal reasons. While breaks can be healthy, the industry kept moving. New faces, new stars, new stories filled the gap she left behind. When she returned, the spotlight was no longer hers by default. Her choice to step away became one that dimmed her visibility more than she expected. 8. Liz da Silva, when personal life took center stage. Liz Da Silva was a familiar face in Yoruba films from the mid-2000s, known for her emotional range and strong roles. She once seemed destined for long-term stardom, but as her focus shifted to personal life and marriage struggles, she became less visible on screen. While she still acts sometimes, her choices to prioritize off-screen life over continuous acting significantly slowed her momentum. 9. Biodun Sofuyi, or Mobuti. Artistic boundaries with consequences. Biodun Sofuyi, or Mobuti, was once one of the most talked about Yoruba actresses, fearless and expressive in roles that demanded bold personality. Her decision to refuse certain types of roles, like armed robber roles, or scenes that crossed her personal limits, and keep her reputation strictly conservative and respect, but some producers saw her as less flexible for commercial movies. Over time, fewer producers cast her in varied roles, and her screen presence declined compared to her early peak. 10. Folorunsho Adeola, Arike Gold, when social media decisions closed quiet doors. Folorunsho Adeola, popularly known as Arike Gold, was once a fast-rising Yoruba actress with strong emotional depth and growing popularity. Producers saw her as a fresh face with long-term potential. Then, social media changed everything. A series of very public personal revelations, online conflicts, and emotional outbursts began to dominate conversations around her name. Instead of discussions about her performances, blogs and comment sections focused on her private life. Producers didn't blacklist her, they simply became cautious. In an industry that values stability and predictability, the decision to leave personal issues online slowly affected how often her name appeared on casting lists. Opportunities reduced, not because of lack of talent, but because perception shifted. Her career didn't crash, it quietly stalled. Fame in the Yoruba movie industry is not as permanent as it looks on Instagram or movie posters. Today, you are the headline. Tomorrow, you are a memory people argue about in comment sections. What these stories prove is simple. Talent alone is not enough. Every actress on this list had ability. Every one of them worked hard to get noticed. But in Nollywood, especially the Yoruba sector, your decisions walk ahead of you. How you handle conflict, how long you disappear, what you choose to fight publicly, what you protect privately, and what you sacrifice for peace. Sometimes it's not enemies that end careers. It's not witches. It's not jealousy. It's timing. It's perception. It's one decision made without thinking of tomorrow. And the scariest part, most of these decisions felt right at the time. If you are watching this and wondering why a familiar face no longer appears in movies the way they used to, now you know. The fall is rarely loud. It's quiet, slow, almost invisible. This story is not to judge, it's to remind. Because in this industry, fame is a contract you must renew every single day. If you enjoyed this deep dive, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next story. Drop your thoughts in the comments. Which actress surprised you the most? I'll see you in the next one.